Are you done? My turn.
The R58.
R58 by Rocket. This is its double boiler debut.
Okay. All right.
We're excited.
Yes, we are.
All I did was slice the tape. Let's see what's going on here. What do we got going on? How about backwards? The typical manual, your micro whatever rag. They're putting the tamper in there.
Okay.
It's kind of an anodized something. Metal. This is for, I've heard about this, I have not seen it. You hook the PID up to the back of the machine and make your alterations and then you take it off. It gives it a cleaner look.
Okay.
Interesting.
So we'll have to play around with that.
Brew head brush, back flush. Ooh, look at the surround is metal.
Oh, they upgraded it to the
cup surround is the
steel cup surround. That's nice. Ooh, it's gonna be so sexy, Gail.
Okay, Cap. And then the drip tray, just like always. Alrighty then.
What does that letter say, Gail? Does it say, "Dear Gail, you and your R58 and you"?
Factory settings.
Oh, cool.
And your worker and I'm in Dubai. But factory settings in English.
Nice. Here she is.
Okay, so we've got water in the tank. We put it all together. We got the cup rail on, the whole deal. We got a bowl here. I hooked up the PID, although it comes with all these factory settings that are all set in it.
Okay.
So what they tell you to do is open up the steam arm, turn it on. It's going to autofill. There she goes. It's going to fill up the boilers.
And the factory setting is for from the water reservoir?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we just need to wait for this bad boy to get filled and then heat it up?
Yep. Let's get the R straight. There we go.
Okay.
Sit still now. Both of the boilers are 1400 watts.
Okay.
They don't both run at 1400 maximum all the time. The most they're each going to run at the same time would be 1550. Otherwise, you're going to be rolling the circuits in the house.
Okay, and because this is a 15 amp, like 110 volt machine. Okay.
Yes, it's not a 20 amp. Yeah. The boiler for the brew head is 0.58 liter copper. They're both copper. They both have an external insulation around the outside.
Okay.
The steam boiler is 1.75, and they have brass end plates, lead free, to give them a little more insulation or a little more retention of the temperature.
Okay, and that's 1.75 liters for the steam. Okay.
The PID, the sensor for the PID is inside the brew boiler. It's not on the outside, so it's an actual temperature of the water in the brew boiler. There's no offset or anything like that. So you're actually getting the temperature that's in the water, that water is at.
So when you're setting it, and we'll go through that in a moment, getting in there, you have to take into account, like, there is a transit time. So I wanted to set it at this point.
It's a little higher.
So that when it's at the brew head, it's X temperature.
Exactly.
Okay.
2.5 liter water reservoir back there, and this is a plumb machine as well, so it does both. Comes with a direct connect, and it comes with a silicone rubber hose for the drain in the bottom under here. Okay. And I think that's about it, really.
We got our dual gauges here.
Dual gauges, yeah, which we noticed they're a little bit bigger than on the Cellini Premium Plus and the Giotto Premium Plus. They're a little larger for the...
Or even the Evo.
Sight impaired.
Yes, for Grammys all over the world.
You got it.
Okay, so, do you want to get into the PID stuff? Do you want to show us that, Guy?
So to get into the menu on this, you just hold this down for 5 seconds. Right now it's telling me the brew boiler is at 104 centigrade. There's your languages. You can change it. Go up. We want English. The source of your water is on the reservoir right now. You can change it to water connection, which is the direct connect. We're not going to do that. You can turn off what they call the service boiler, which is the steam boiler. You can have that on or off if you're not a steamer. Okay. And we're back to the beginning.
The brew boiler temperature. Okay.
Yep, that's it. That's what you can change on that.
Okay, so we did notice no option to change from centigrade to or Celsius to Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I wanted to do that, but we get in there and it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So you got to do it up here.
Keep your smarty hat on. And to basically get this activated to begin with, you have to start with the machine off, plug that guy in there on the side, and then turn it on.
Yep.
Okay.
So the first thing you're supposed to do is open this up.
A second time, right?
Yep. You open it up and let it go down. Let the gauge go down.
All right, and so now we're going to wait for it to get back up again, and then we'll pull some water through the brew boiler.
And then we're going to pull water through the brew boiler to give it a cleansing.
A nice cleansing. All right.
Okay, so now we're going to take off our cup of water out of the brew head until it goes back down again. I'm just doing a flush. And that's not milky water. It is literally milky water. There was a little bit of milk left in this and I rinsed it out. So the water in there isn't really all that nasty. Also, I noticed on this as well, under here, Kat, there's a nut on here to adjust the pressure from the house if you have it up to your household feed.
Oh, so similar with like the Evoluciones.
Yep, same thing. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Muddy water.
Yum.
So we're going to pull a couple of shots. A double. Pre-infusion. Which you can see on this over here.
And what coffee did you choose today, Gail?
This is the Zoka. Oh, man, there's coffee on the floor. It's slippery. Espresso Balladino.
From Zoka Roasters, okay.
Yep. From Zoka. And you can see over here, Kat, see? It popped up to 10 now that it's about 9.5.
Yeah.
And that's what you want.
So,
look at that.
We dialed in not only the grind and stuff, but you also did mess around with the temp.
I did.
With this coffee, what did you decide?
We brought it up to 108 Celsius inside the boiler.
Okay.
Want to taste that?
Yeah.
Let me help you. I'm blind leading the blind. It's better. Oh, yeah. It's better at this temperature for sure.
Yeah. That's good.
Yep. So now we'll do some steaming and make us a cappuccino, latte, something.
Sounds good.
Art. Right. Gail's going to multitask. I don't typically like to do this, but we're going to do both at the same time. I'm going to give this
No. You got to wait with this. You got to steam first.
You think?
Yes.
Okay.
You start steaming, and then when you're about to submerge the wand, you start this guy.
Okay. Kat's got the technique. She was a barista in a former life.
Well, and I've done it a lot on the other rockets, but not this one. So
I don't usually multitask, so. Gail's getting some lousy foam today. That's all right.
this guy off.
Okay. I don't have the rag here, but we'll get that in a minute. At least squirt it out. I don't think I didn't do very good on the foam today. That's that multitasking part that doesn't work as well for me. Well, it's definitely a lesser foam, which is good for art. Watch me go and produce something.
like a wet paint more technique.
Well, I got a little something.
You did.
I haven't done anything for a long time, so that's a smiley something.
I don't know what it is, but it looks beautiful.
Doesn't matter. It's mine.
Why don't you taste her up?
Ooh, that's yummy. Not too much milk either. It's my cow cup. Limits the milk. It's yummy. Isn't that good?
That's a good drink, Gail.
Yeah, not
Maybe
bad.
not the prettiest one on the block, but it sure tastes good.
Yeah, it tastes real good.
All right.
And it's the coffee too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It stands up. It's a little bolder blend. It stands up well to the milk.
So we did notice that the valves are quite different.
You do not have to turn them way off. That's what I was just playing with.
Yeah.
You'll only have to turn it till it's off. You don't have to crank it till it stops.
And that's one of the things that we've seen issues with on these models is if you kick it over a little bit, sometimes it'll just keep going and then it will hit
so
to the
tight
end.
that you can't. Yeah, and it gets so tight you can't undo it. It's not good for the valve, really.
Yeah.
You're supposed to just close it till it shuts off.
Yeah.
I like the looks. I love, love, love the cup rail that comes standard on this. I like the PID. I think it. I was wondering how this was going to be on the outside. I think it's great. It doesn't clutter up the front of it.
Okay.
I like the large gauges. The only thing on all of the rockets, the drip tray is a little bit small.
Yes.
That would be the one con, but it wouldn't stop me from buying it.
And be honest, Gail, what don't you like about the steam knob?
Well, when I saw this in the photograph on Rocket's webpage, this looked like it was white with an R on it.
Oh, okay.
And I looked at that and I go, oh, what were they thinking? So I would say it's much better in real life, the R.
Yes.
It isn't my favorite feature, but again, is that going to stop me from purchasing it? No.
And we should say on the converse, I love it.
Yeah,
so that's the difference between Gail and I. Is I really love that R.
I think they could put Cat and Gail right on here.
They should. They should
you
do
think?
little etches of our face. Only mine would be a little meow meow.
It's got a different. If you look, the steam arm and the water arm are different than the typical rocket.
Yeah.
I don't see it as being a pro or a con. It's just the way it is. I think it's a nice machine.
Cool.
I'm going to play with the temperatures though and see. How it all works. And we probably should do also a test, let the water sit in the double boiler for a week or two and see if we think it gets stale at all.
Yeah, I mean, it is a small boiler, so it would be easy enough to drain it out,
Yep.
so.
That's true.
Cool. All right, so that is our first pass at the R58, and more testing will ensue, folks.
I'm sure. And questions from the folks out there, too.
All right. Thank you, Gail.
You're welcome.